being in the present moment has been on my mind this morning. As it is what I do in the first 15 to 20 minutes here with each of you. Just to check in with myself. Connect in to the silence. Connect with each of you in your present moment. It becomes our point, our intersection, point of intersection as we gather. Very important to acknowledge the internal thoughts. While calming and quieting the self-talk. While paying attention to the charge the energy right now. And if we practice calm, just saying the word and feeling it,
Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
good morning, Craig and Nikki. Welcome. Welcome to Calm.
Good morning.
Good morning, afternoon.
Hey, for those of us where it's still dark, if you look up in the east sky, there's Venus and the moon are right next to each other in the sky right now. It's quite fantastic.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah. So Venus is the
What does
star,
it
the
mean?
really bright star that's right to the right of the moon. And the moon is a crescent. What does that mean?
Mm.
It means that their energies are combined right now
Mm.
for those of us on Earth. The planets
energy.
project their on us all the time.
Sorry, say that again.
The planets project their energy on us. And so when you the energy of Venus, which is about femininity and values and what else? Money. Yeah, whatever is of value. So things like precious metals, precious gems, those kind of things, rarity. And the moon energy is very, very personal and very deep. So when you combine the two of those together and mix it up together, it's very interesting what those two energies are, how they're influencing us at this moment.
Is that what we call a line?
Yeah, aligned or in conjunction would be the astrological term for it. Yeah, they're conjunct to each other.
Good evening, Ellie.
Yes, good evening, Allie, and welcome.
Hey, good evening, guys. I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, Allie, we're happy you're here too.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Ellie.
Hello, Nikki. I'm driving, so I hope if I've got background noise, just let me know and I'll mute. I'm just coming home from work. My day is done.
You sound very joyful.
Yeah.
Was it a good
Just
day?
happy to be here. Yeah, just happy to be here.
Cool.
Yeah, today's been a good day.
Awesome.
Few challenges. few challenges along the way, but you know, we got there. Everybody's alive. We didn't kill anyone.
Ah, everyone's alive. That's a good one. So we're not walking zombies, are we?
Oh well, some might be. Is that Craig?
Some
Were you
might
just
be,
saying something
yeah.
about the moon energy? What were you saying there when I jumped on about the energy?
Yeah.
We've just been appreciating the now moment.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
That's
Ali,
all we have.
the moon and Venus are aligned today.
Are they?
Yeah, it's still night sky where I am, and they're right
Yep.
next to each other. When I look up toward the east, they're right next to each
Right.
other. So
Oh,
we
wow.
got their energy combining and influencing us together today.
Right. So interesting, this stuff.
Isn't
Yeah,
it? It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
The more you get into it, the more you discover.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's intuitive type of energy, right? It's very archetypal, symbolic, abstract.
Patterns that have been around for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
And its meaning will be different for each of us who receive it, right?
Yes.
It'll have its own unique flavor to each of us.
You know what comes up for me? I just realized when you said energy and everything like that, it's like you think you've gone through something, and it's like, yeah, okay, cool, you've gone through that, and then you go, okay, I've dealt with that. I'm moving on. And isn't it strange that years later, or something happens, and that thing comes up again, and you think to yourself, I've dealt with that. Like, yes. I've dealt with that. Like, what is that? I've dealt with you, man. And it comes layers, up, baby. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, all over again. But it's different. Yeah. But it comes out like just different, Like when Craig says different meaning, there's a different intuition meaning of coming, what really unlocks that, And now I feel like it's that you think, okay, yeah. But I think that's just,
it's life.
Soul of the light, my dear.
Yeah, for me, I feel those energies, like especially a year later. It's very interesting, and I've been mentioning that the last few days. But the truth is, though, for me anyway, is that somehow I never quite complete my experience with it. Like, I still have those twinges. My dad passed away February 24th, and that was 38 years ago. And I still, February 24th, right around there, I still feel that energy again. Like, I'm just reminded of it again. It's very interesting. Yeah. But it's different every year. It's different, but it's the same, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Everything makes sense these days. If you want it to make sense, I mean, that's what it is.
I think it's understanding it and acknowledging it and feeling it and letting it go.
Well, and letting go each version of it that pops up. Yeah. Because as years go by, I have a different understanding.
Yeah.
of what, of what that energy is, what it might mean.
And what it means to you
Yep.
as your dad.
Yep.
Like, that's huge. And you lost your mum not that long ago, didn't you?
Yeah. In March.
March. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that long ago. Yeah. So. I think losing someone really close to your heart, it does have different levels of grief.
Yeah, like I was talking about my dad, part of that memory has to do with knowing that his spirit is still here with me.
Yeah. And you're probably just like him.
Oh, in a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my
probably more.
parenting style is very much like his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you probably noticed
he
it
was
the
an
older you
amazing,
got.
yeah, he was an amazing parent.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I did a lot of the same things with my kids, like conversations and that kind of stuff, the same as he had with me. So he was only 49 when he died, and so I've outlived him by a long shot.
Wow.
In fact, I've outlived my father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather.
You're going to live to 100, Craig.
At least.
Wow.
I'm going for 120.
baby. Yeah, baby. Fucking love
Yes,
it.
baby, let's go.
Have
Listen,
some
let's
of
not
that.
get too excited about this one. And then really, let's hold our rails.
Yeah.
Hold our
But
rails.
But I also know the day I die is going to be my own choice.
Yeah.
Because I'll get to come back.
He laughs. Look at that laugh.
Well,
Look
yeah,
at- listen to that
I
laugh.
know that for sure. That I'll get to come back. Because in this lifetime, I get to create the world that I want to live in, and then I'll get to come back into it as a baby again.
Yeah.
And and reap the benefits of everything I've done in this lifetime. Yeah.
Yep.
And and it'll be radically different. It'll be radically different as a baby when I come back than it was when I was born. Radically different. Because a lot of that dark energy will be dissipated and reconciled, and babies won't have the same remembering issues as we do now. Like that whole thing about remembering that we're an eternal soul. It's taken me 60 years to remember that. And when I come back next time, I might not even forget.
Yeah.
I might not have forgotten, is what I'm saying. Like everybody that's born then will have that knowledge of being a,
And that's how kids are so smart these days. Have you noticed?
oh,
Time any
totally.
of the
Yeah.
babies come,
Yeah.
they're the cleverest babies around. They are so switched on. I
Yeah.
noticed that with my job when the mums and dads bring their babies in and they know straight away that something's happening. You know, it's really quite profound how switched on they are. And they pick up on their mum and dad's energy when their mum and dads are around and they're nervous and they're anxious. Man, the baby picks up on it, and I'm like, right, mum,
Yeah,
count the
exactly.
beans, or you're gonna have to leave. Oh,
I don't know if you guys noticed it a few days ago. I sent out a video that I found on Instagram. It's about I think I put a caption on it that said something about this is the 3Gs that I'm talking about.
yes,
But
yes,
it's a
I did
dad
see
and a
that.
baby laying in bed. And yeah, he starts kind of singing and the baby mimics it like perfectly. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that. I
This
saw
little
that.
very, very
Greg.
young baby.
That was
Yeah.
so
Isn't that
adorable.
isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it was
talking about
so
right now.
adorable. I saw that, Craig.
Yeah, yeah. Like, can you imagine being born into a world that isn't so dense and heavy and you know, full of things like fear and
Mhm,
you know, and anxiety and stress.
mhm. But if you don't, if I may say that, you know, we can live as long as we want, but if we're not consciousness. So I would like to say today, even if it's 1 year of consciousness, I'd rather have 1 year than have 80 years of not being conscious.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So this
Yeah.
is where we are now. You know, we can see where we came from. We can see where we now, where we want to go. But most
Yeah.
importantly, on this call, we are all consciousness.
Yes,
Yes.
I love that.
You know what I mean? We are,
Nikki.
yeah,
And emerging
Yeah.
consciousness. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
we get
also,
more conscious all the time.
yeah,
God, I've
and
missed you guys.
and through having that, we instilled it in our child or in our
Yes.
children and whoever we meet now.
Yeah.
So there is change. Change is here. And to be able to be here and witness that, it's beautiful. You know?
Yeah.
What's interesting I'm finding is that I don't even have to talk about it. It's that the people around me sense all that. They don't really know what it is they're sensing, but they do. They pick it up. Like people know that I'm co-creating a new world, whether they're aware of it or not. It's kind of amusing to me, some of the reactions that I get from people. Like some people react in a way like, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare challenge this world that I've devoted so much time and energy into creating for myself. You know what I mean? Because it threatens it threatens It threatens the infrastructures and the personas that already exist, right?
Yeah.
And that people cling to. Yeah. Yeah. That's been one of the greatest difficulties for me over the last few years is that investment that I made, that I personally made in this, in this life that I was living. And the structure that existed and the society that I lived in, or the current society. We make huge investments in keeping that going. When you come to realize it's just another structure that is unsustainable and is actually dying, and that you've invested years and energy and yourself and people in it, and you realize that it's not going to yield a return. It's not going to give you anything back.
Mm.
That's a hard realization.
Yeah.
So we come together and we invest in something different. We invest together in something different. And in order to do that, you have to believe in each other. That's actually possible to create something brand new together. Without your typical kind of evidence for it. We operate in knowingness instead of operating by proof. So this new venture is a venture of faith. I can't prove it, but I know it.
That's why you have to hold your vision.
Yeah. In fact, I don't
You have
want
to
to prove
hold.
it. Yeah, I don't want
that's
to prove
the
it.
thing.
I
That's,
want to actually live it. I don't want to prove
Mm.
it. I want to live it.
Correct.
And living it is the proof.
Correct.
Manifesting it is the proof.
Mm. Mm.
So the moon and Venus are speaking to me this morning.
Mm.
Remember I said Venus is about values.
What are your values?
Well, I've mentioned a few of them. One is faith.
Mhm.
Another one is knowing.
Mhm.
Knowing above proof.
And what do you know? What's proof to you?
Well, knowing is a form of proof.
Mm-hmm.
And accepting knowing as proof. As Hebrews says, the evidence of things not seen.
Evidence of proof.
Oh, and the value of investing in what is true. And what is eternal. Yeah, and allowing that to penetrate, to absorb and penetrate into my physical existence. Into my body, embodiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Allowing life energy. To enter my cells
Mm-hmm.
and activate my DNA.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you are 50 trillion cells, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And what activates them, Craig?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, life energy activates them.
Yeah.
Consciousness activates them.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That inner
How
knowing.
else do you?
That
Yeah,
faith.
your inner knowing, exactly. How else do you get to live to be 120 or 969? like the oldest person on record.
Why not live?
Orientating every day.
Why not just live?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I truly believe this. I truly believe this physical body was designed to never die, to replenish
That's
itself
true.
and rejuvenate and,
It's the
you know,
environment and the food
and
that
heal
we eat that
itself and all
causes it.
that. Oh yeah, no question about it.
No question.
Yeah.
And we trust our government. We trust our government with so many
See,
things
that's,
that,
yeah. That's it.
and we're feeding our children and we're feeding ourselves, and you know,
Well, and we trust
Yeah.
society for accurate information.
yeah.
And yeah, and we really haven't been getting it for a long time.
No.
Yeah,
And the
there's
stuff
this.
that's went on lately. Sorry, go Craig. Sorry.
Yeah, there's this huge assumption out there that science has too about what is normal, what a normal human being is like. I don't think we have any idea what a normal human being is actually capable of. So if you use the old legends, the story of the Garden of Eden, we have no idea what a human being was like before that. So we have a whole story in written record. That's a record of what was what life has been like since a human being fell from grace, so to speak. So all that's been documented. But what it was like before that, none of it's documented.
That's why live your life like it's your last day on earth.
Yeah, yeah, well, exactly. And we don't know how to do that either,
Exactly.
generally.
And this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We're doing it now. Do you know that? We're actually doing it now.
That's how today is going to be such a great day for you guys, and I'm going to have the best sleep ever and wake up tomorrow and do it all over again.
Yeah, sleep well here. Do it all over again. Joyfully, happy, grateful, peaceful, loving, kind. Kisses, hugs, smiles.
Yeah.
Give something to something that someone needs. Oh, isn't that just good? You know, a cup of coffee.
Love that.
What a cup of coffee. Love you, Ali. Sweet dreams, my sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Live your life like it was the last day, and that just be connected. Just be connected to source as tightly as you can get.
And you are source, isn't it? Isn't that? You are the source. You are the source.
I was
you are the
listening to
source
this Abraham.
of energy that is so magnetic that it's almost like too funny. It's too funny. It's too funny.
Guys, I was
That's
listening.
how crazy this is. I mean, you have opened up now something. Yeah, it's just wow.
Yeah.
Now, I first said I'm not going to speak and I'm going to listen and I'm not going to give Ali a chance to speak because Ali wants to get in now and speak. But you know what? I told myself, what the hell, man? I'm telling you, this is too good. This is good. But Ali, I thought you were going to bed. Sorry. What was that?
Yeah, no, that's all right. I just need to Abraham Hicks. I'll send it to you, right?
Oh, you send it, girlfriend. That's the love. That's the love you send. That's the love you send to me today. Okay. Before you go and put your head on the pillow, you send that to me. I want to see it. I want to read it, and I want to like say thank you back to you. Okay?
She
Because
puts
that's
this
what I'm
there's
gonna
this
do.
part in it, and she says when you're connected to source energy and you really feel it, she says, and you feel all that sourciness. And honestly,
come
I was
on.
pissing myself laughing. Sourciness instead of sauciness.
Yes, I got that
I
one.
just
But I think I
loved
read
that.
that one. I read that one. But you send it to
love
me again, okay? Just because you sending it. Because you
I will.
sending it, that will mean it. That will mean so much more.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I
Thank
love
you.
you all. Big
I
love.
love
Have the
you.
best
Love
day.
you. Kisses. Love you.
Yeah, big love,
That's
Ali.
so, that was so cute of her, right? She's coming
Thanks,
home and
guys.
she's
Good night.
driving and she's had a long day and she's just thinking, hey, let's just jump on and, hear our voices. You see what I mean by that? No, call me crazy. Call me crazy, but that, my dear, is energy connection there. Conscious awareness there. Powerful there. Just amazing. She's amazing.
I love you, Nikki. Good night.
You really are. You really are amazing. Like it's yeah. And all that you do in your workplace. Now, I'm seriously, like, it takes a great amount of appreciation, that people
Thanks.
need, they really need, and you give it to them on a daily basis.
Thanks, Nikki.
It's
That means a lot
beautiful.
to me.
Thank you. It means a lot to me too, and I need it too. So trust me. I'm just giving what I need, and I'm just connecting
have
to
a
you
great
because
day.
it's just the obvious, isn't it? Isn't it the obvious?
Yeah.
You powerful, conscious creator. You go do your magic. Love you.
Good night.
I
God
think
bless.
Oh my God, it's like being at home. You say goodnight to someone and they don't go. They just keep on saying goodnight back. And she's saying goodnight now for the fourth time. And I'm saying, okay, good night. And she's saying goodnight again. And saying good night. Now, okay, let's just see where this is going.
Good night,
Right.
Mary
Good night,
Ellen.
God
This
bless. I
could be a
love you.
creation all on its own. This could be something new because it's happening. It never happened before. This is new, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This is new, Craig. This is what's new.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you feel that, Craig? So when that happens, we connect to that. And when we connect to that, we can bring all creation to come. Boom, 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 boom. Because then we're going receiving, we're collaborating, we're giving, receiving. And this is how we need to work with each other. Collaborating, giving. Send that little text to me, giving. Oh, give me. And then I receive it, and then I give back. It's a beautiful transaction. It's a beautiful way of living. It's a beautiful way of being. It's a beautiful way of feeling in your body that you are peace, that you are the joy, you are loved and loved. Yeah. This is being you on earth. It's you on earth. Yeah. You on earth. You, not someone else. You.
Living my best life. Good night. God bless.
Telling you, listen, good night, sweet dreams. I'm kissing you on both cheeks. You're the best.
I'm feeling it, baby.
Listen, you better. As
All
Craig
right.
says, you better feel it. Otherwise, we're gonna have to talk a little longer.
Yeah.
But we haven't got time
Yeah,
to
I'm
talk
actually
now
gonna
because you
go
said
this time.
good night.
I know. I'm actually going to go this time. Good night. I love you all.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
We trust you. We trust you that you're gonna go this time. We trust you. We hope
night,
that
Ali.
you yeah, we hope that you do. Yeah, thank you. Love you. Yeah, Nia, I tell you, this is what I'm talking about. You see, this is what brings me life. This is what I'm creating every single moment of every single minute of this moment. You see, it's nothing to be anything or looking or figuring it out or working it out. It's nothing to do with that. It's just like, wow, no. You. Who are you? That's the question we ask you. Who are you? And what are you all, what are you? What are you? What do you, I know we can say, what do you want? I want to use that. Okay, fine, I'll use it then. Okay. What do you want? What do you like? What do you like to eat? The joy shouldn't be from something that we're always feeling that it has to be something of evidence, evidence. I've got to see the evidence. I've got to see the proof. It's nothing like this. That goes. It comes and goes. But you get to be.
Well, that includes things like improving,
Yeah.
or making progress of some kind, because that's the same thing. That's both of those are looking for proof. Looking for some kind of tangible evidence. And we're working in a realm where there is no tangible evidence.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's interesting is in the correct time, something tangible does show up.
I don't, I said
It's
I
a
wasn't
surprise.
going to say anything.
It's unexpected.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. I'm seeing all of us sitting in a circle together.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like I like it because it brings unity. It brings solitude, like very solid, can't be broken, can't be moved, can't be shaken.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that we just like holding hands.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a lot easier to wait. It's a lot easier to wait for the right time for things if you're with a group of people who are also waiting.
Right. And
and just reveling in faith, reveling in the belief of manifestation.
Yeah.
Just like love. We can't prove it exists. It's something we believe in.
See, that's
Right.
it. The oneness, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
in your knowing, right?
I like that.
It's in that knowing space.
All those scientists that has to prove everything, just say, prove love.
Yeah, we know this will come to pass.
I like that, That's
It's like in the Christmas story. You've got three men who were astrologers. They were watching the sky, and they saw something happen in the sky, and they knew that something was coming. They knew that something was about to unfold, something was about to happen. And then I don't know where they got this idea, but they decided to follow the star. they decided to move in that direction. And eventually they found a person.
What's that? Hello, you still there?
Well, they knew
Oh,
that
sorry.
this was significant.
Oh,
And and as they waited, they moved toward the star, and eventually that knowing became a physical manifestation.
hmm. Very interesting, eh? How you doing, Jesse?
I'm good, Nikki. Thank you.
Hey, it's been a long time. I haven't heard your voice.
Mm,
Well, I heard it, but I just needed to hear it today.
mhm. Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't that interesting? Mm, interesting.
So my word for today is calm.
Love that. Just yeah.
Yeah, it's a sweet word.
Is there's more that calm, when calm is instant. It's like instant when you say calm. Yeah. And how important it is to be calm, the same.
And to know the difference for sure. To know when I'm out of calm
Mm,
by practicing being in calm.
mm. It's the same when you get like anxious.
Yes.
You can be calm.
Yeah. That's
And that helps.
Most of us don't realize that anxious and stress is
Yeah.
the constant.
The constant, you said, yeah? Constant.
Mm-hmm. It's constant.
That means a state of being, right? Is that what you're
Yep.
saying there?
Yep.
Exactly. How
That's
point is. That's a great point. That's the great point. Because people don't know that. You just pointed it out. Mm. Mm.
not until we focus on it or practice in it or work on the silence, that we don't understand the difference. And that is probably a piece to living a long time.
Wow, that's so good to hear that. I gotta say, that's so good to hear that. I read that almost, that's just so 100% correct. And if people do get that, if they do just get that piece, that is it. That will be like what Jason just said. because that is where, literally, that's where all the problems come from. You know, like I choose to be calm today. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, going through a lot in my body, going through a lot of loss now. I'm gonna, but I'm just choosing to stay calm. Do I deny that feeling of my heart bursting out of my chest? Huh? And my eyes look like pistils in the snow? Huh? And every part of my body is sensitive. My hearing is sensitive. It's become very sensitive. My taste buds have changed. Truth living God. Just everything. The way I look, see, read, listen, everything has changed. And to come to one with self and to make that peace with oneself, you have to go through it. It's experience. It's nothing you can learn. That's what the journey is all about. There's things you can learn and there's things you just got to experience. It's like just life itself. And through that, then you can help others. With the stress and that tension that Jesse, I like, and I want to point that out because that's the thing where people don't know. They don't know they're walking with such heaviness, such resentment in their heart, so much hate, so much revenge, yeah, bitterness, all of that. That's what creates the stress. And that's why we live a very poor life. So I just wanted to say that on that understanding about what is in me, about
Good morning,
You know,
Alice.
as you help and care for yourself, everyone around you gets helped and cared for. We project our own health and vitality.
Another way is we choose it. Create it either way.
Yeah.
Intentionally or not.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that choice radiates.
It's like leading by example. Being a good example to oneself is being a good example to the world.
This just popped in for me, so I'm going to share it. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait. Gene Key 41, the gift of anticipation.
The gift of anticipation.
Yeah, that's actually my purpose sphere.
Wow. I'm just gonna say it. That was prophetic. That's prophetic. If everyone understands that, that is literally from the mouth of God. That's it. First, when I was hearing it, I thought, okay, wow, it's actually happening. Confirmation, like just coming, speaking to you all the time, telling you exactly where you need to be, what you need to do, how you need to do it, what needs to change. It's like evolving, like just going so fast, yeah. So as you're doing one thing and then you do another thing and you're doing it completely different, like Craig said. You know, you can experience one thing and then you can do it again and you experience a whole other new, because it is in that new. And for me personally, that is spoken into my life right now. That is what I didn't have to look anywhere than come into my heart and say, well, open my ears here that I can hear, because I truly want to hear. And that waiting has been the most frustrating thing in my life. But God has shown me it's how you wait. And He's shown me for year after year after year after year after year how you wait.
Yeah.
With a good attitude, not a fake attitude.
Yeah.
With
That's
a good
anticipation.
attitude. Yes.
You know, that's a very flavorful form of waiting.
Yes.
You know,
and it is frustrating.
You know something's coming.
You
Well, it can be.
Yeah, and you feel it in your body even. You know, it's like, because now we understand that the body's speaking, right?
Yeah.
And so that's also another way of communication, right? To the body, right?
Yeah.
That's why, two people come together to try to communicate what they're truly feeling with each other by intimacy. It's because they want to know what God is in another. And then you give it, and you know that you are that. And that's the waiting, the patience, the trust, huh? But it's also frustration, huh? Because it's just everywhere around you. Everything is coming like what you choosing, you're seeing it in others, eh? And you think, oh my God, here I am still. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Throw in the towel. Just throw in the towel. Like, just give up. Just give up. Just throw in the towel, man. Just give up. And you go, no, not this time. I know now what I know. And I will wait. I will wait patiently. Because when it comes, I will be ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because we're never gonna be ready, but we will be ready then. So enjoy the process. Enjoy this process. Enjoy this time. Enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
And just
Anticipation.
Know that it's just gonna come.
Anticipation has some preparedness in it, built into it.
It's got your name written
it's
on
like,
it.
I want to be ready. I want to be ready. It's like the parable of the of the virgins with the oil in their lamps, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They wanted to make sure they had enough oil so that they were ready.
That's right.
When he showed up.
That's right. Yeah. You have your name written on it. Your name is written on it.
Yeah.
Your name is written on it. Nothing that we go through life is a waste. No opportunity wasted. None. Trust me, none. Yeah. And I hear my vocabulary. You see, this is all learning for me. You must understand. I'm learning. I'm learning as I'm going on here. Even in this session, in this conversation with all these topics, I'm learning as I go along. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
You are teaching me right at this present moment. You are teaching me. You hear that? And I am learning from you. Now,
are you really?
That. Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Listen to that. You see what I mean by the brothers? You see that? You see that?
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that now. Before I wanted to scream at him.
Yeah.
But you see the dynamics of how our relationship has changed. How our relationship has changed from the day one of whatever day one it was till now. Completely different. We do not speak the same as we did before.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. And also we didn't have
I still remember meeting you in the parking lot in San Diego.
Yes. Yeah, this is the beautiful and the dynamics of saying, is my life significant? Is my life worthy? Yes, my life is, because I am speaking to someone that I knew and I am completely new again. And he's witnessing a whole new me and I'm witnessing a whole new him. And I get to have all his wisdom. I get to have all of it. Isn't that just powerful? And then I get to be able to just be in a receiver. That's number one, because I'm receiving now. I'm not giving to Craig. I'm receiving. I'm receiving this. I'm taking this as my gift to myself today. Because no matter what I could have done today or whatever I planned today, this right here, right now, in this moment. Nobody could have helped me the way Craig helped me now. And this is the power of spirit. This is the spirit of God. This is true core of who you all are now. And as God expressed himself, I could say, wow, I receive that now. Because I needed to hear that, to allow myself to know, because that's one of my scriptures that I have lived on. I lived on it. To wait upon the Lord, rise up like an eagle. And the eagle is very significant to me because it's a very spectacular and wonderful bird. I love birds, so I won't go into that now. There's another day for that. Where I'm coming back to the point is God has given me the confirmation of knowing today, no matter how it looks, no matter what you've no matter what you've lost, I will restore you and deliver you and give back to you whatever has been taken. And it goes like this: for my former shame, I'll give you twofold recompense. Do not be weary of good season, because and when God gives it to you, that's all that's needed. That's all that's needed here. And this is not about, broadcasting God, but God is God. No matter what you want to call it, God is God. And that God, if you tap into that, it will, like right now, at this moment, who would have known that I could get through and have to know that that is exactly what I needed. And I mean exactly what I needed. I didn't have to go meditate now for hours, or go, do something or be someone or feel like I have to do something. No. God just showed me. You just receive it now, because I'm giving it to you. And to see, this is when we go into our heart and listen to our heart of loving, to know that we can have this understanding of knowing, that we truly know that it's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. And
can I expand a little bit on?
Yeah,
can
please.
I expand a little bit on waiting with anticipation?
Please.
Okay,
please.
and this is again from Gene Key 41. Okay, the gift is anticipation. Gene Key 41 is also about holding a vision and and developing it. It's kind of like the way a mother bird sits on her eggs to get them to hatch. The incubation process, the whole thing about an incubation process. So that's part of it. It's about incubating a vision, and with an attitude of anticipation. Okay, the thing is, the reason the mother bird incubates her eggs is because she knows there's babies in there, and she is basically nursing that potential, nursing the potential of a child or an offspring that's going to be born. So that's part of what anticipation is. Now, here's an interesting thing too. Gene Key 41 is the start codon in physical DNA. It's the code that actually says this is where everything starts. It's the code that says that this is a beginning of something new. It's a new code. It's a new beginning. And so that's really important too. It's like part of that is preparation, part of it's incubation, part of it is waiting for the start signal, waiting for the timing of it and preparing for the timing of it. So there's a lot of depth in that. There's a lot of depth in waiting. There's a lot of depth in anticipation. And that's, you know, and that's the spirit in which I spoke that scripture this morning. I think it's in Isaiah 42, if I remember correctly. You know, so part of it is trusting. Yeah, trusting that you know when. That your knowing will also tell you when. Okay, good morning, Mona.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Mona. Hi, Mona.
Morning, Mona.
Good morning.
There she is.
Everybody sounds good today.
You sound also good, Mona.
Thank you.
Mm.
I had an interesting interchange the other day. Somebody called me and wanted to talk to me about ascension symptoms.
Yeah.
And I told her I didn't know what those were. The only thing that I knew that was close enough to that would be what we call the rapture, right? Oh, that was not the right thing to say.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't know.
So why
All
wasn't
I
it the
got
right thing
was-
to say, Mona?
Huh?
Why wasn't it the right thing to say?
Well, she didn't like that answer very
Well, yeah.
much.
How she received it, right?
Yeah.
Ego.
Yeah, yeah.
But from a biblical perspective, that's all I know about any kind of ascension.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, she told me, well, that's a big lie. And the church is not telling the truth and so on and so on. And I didn't figure I would hear from her ever again. Well, I got woke up at 3:30 this morning. The same person is calling me, wanting me to pray for her.
Oh, interesting.
Because she feels like she's being possessed.
Oh boy. Interesting.
Very.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's interesting. You know, it's interesting using that terminology for it because I haven't really considered that until you just mentioned it just now. But I would call the last 10 years of my life an ascension experience and a rapture of sorts. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of in the same way as it's described in the Bible, except most
The Bible talks
people
about
that
it being
read it in
immediate.
yeah. Well, and it also talks about it being something physical. And it seems to imply that it's physical, and I don't see it as physical anymore. I see it as a very spiritual thing, you know, and you know, very much a spiritual ascension. And the interesting thing is, the more ascension I experience, the more embodied I get, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So the important thing is that my body stays here. You know what I mean? that it doesn't elevate up into the clouds, because That's what the new ascension is all about. It's about embodying the ascension.
So I didn't really know what to think about all that after that exchange. And then she calls me up at 3:30 in the morning, wants prayer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a mixed message.
Well, the thing is, yeah, your statement challenged something that she had been believing. And so, yeah, and so the resistance popped up, hey?
Huge.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I mean, that's going to be happening a lot. You know, get used to it and just be really gentle with people who are, you know, who are meeting up with that kind of resistance.
I don't see it as any different than somebody that decides to go to church and live a different way of life than what social media shows.
Yep. Yeah, everybody has to find out the truth for themselves. And whether we like it or not, these new energies are kind of nudging us into places where we have to review the things that we've believed in our whole lives and decide whether we still believe them or not.
Well, they may not be, some of those beliefs may not be valid.
Well, exactly. That's exactly the point. And so it's like there's a sorting out of what's still valid and what isn't valid anymore. You know, I've been going through that for the last 30 years. You know, so different things have come up and I go like, oh man, do I believe that anymore? Well, no. No, I don't. You know. But this is not just around spiritual stuff either. It's also around things that are considered science, and you know, even stuff like psychology. You know, I've come to realizations that a lot of psychology theory is BS. You know. And I've come to knowing through my own experience, you know, what I just said. You know, you guys are missing a lot of pieces.
Well, I know in mental health that they don't really advocate spirituality as part of mental health.
Yeah.
They keep that out of the office, so to speak.
Yep.
And you can't even discuss it with your therapist, because when I had a therapist, I tried that. She wouldn't even have that discussion.
Yeah, I know. Keep it clinical. Yeah, I eventually got to a point where I wouldn't even go to a psychologist that didn't practice hypnotherapy. And I ended up with an energy healer that took me on shamanic journeys. So. Funny thing is, you got to be clinical to be certified, which is BS all the way around. Well, the certification thing, we talked about that a few weeks ago, how insane that all is. But anyway, and yeah. So anyways, these people have gotten certified and they don't even use their certification. I mean, they use it to get clients and that kind of stuff. But bottom line is, you know, they don't use any of those modalities. you know, most of the really good healers that I've dealt with are have really developed their own stuff, because what they learned in school was useless.
Well, I have to admit, I've learned an awful lot from Dr. Flint's books, and I've read
Yep.
more than one.
Yep.
And the one that's been the deepest for me has been the healing the mind and the soul.
Yep.
And it really gets into the basics of the recode as far as, you know, treating it with respect and just different things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, in general, people carry really foundational beliefs, like foundational ones that are deeply held. And the thing is, if there's something incomplete in that belief, or if it's off a little bit, you know, that ends up being magnified for the rest of your life. Just that little bit of offness can turn out to be, like, for example, when you're playing pool and you hit the cue ball, and if you're off just a little touch, by the time that ball gets to the end of the table, it can be out 6 inches. You know, and it was just a little nudge off when you started. So that tends to happen with people too.
Works the same way with sighting.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, quarter of an inch at this end can be 3 inches at the other.
Easily.
Yeah. That's why you snap a chalk line.
Now, if you listen to Dolores Cannon,
Oh yeah.
she talks about ascension, and she talks about it changing of the vibration and it changing your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like a genetic mutation or anything like that. It's an energetic transition that's actually happening. And the truth is, it's happening in everybody on the planet, you know, whether we like it or not, whether we're aware of it or not. We're just we're with a group of people here in this group that are basically decided to run with it, to ride the waves.
So the gift of anticipation. Doesn't mean we're in always anticipation, does it?
Well, anticipation keeps happening even when things are being manifested all around you.
Mm.
You know, you're always looking at,
Right.
oh, okay. You're watching things develop.
Mhm,
And even that's unexpected, right?
mhm. It's like the gift of anticipation. It's like, what are we anticipating? The gift. We're anticipating the gift.
Yeah,
It's like the bird sitting on the eggs, right? There's the knowing, there's the draw, there's the anticipation of those eggs hatching. The
yes.
gift of those eggs hatching is then a new anticipation. It's all part of the sequence. It's all part of the story. It's all part of the unfolding.
Yeah.
And connecting the calm, being calm in the anticipation. Rather than anxious, stressed, frustrated. Pressured, squeezed.
Yeah. So anticipation comes through when there's calm. Which was your word today, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a little spark, a little signal.
In anticipation, we get an obvious action, an obvious anticipation, an obvious something. Sometimes it can be just wait.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it can be do this. And
Yep.
you do this, reach
Or
out.
prepare this.
Right. Something. It's like, mine is to have a conversation with someone about this, about that, anticipating, wow, all the ways that it could go. Anticipating maybe even, no, not going to do that. Got it. Anticipating all the ways that it could be. And Hadley, I'm not even that. It's just, no, just do it and anticipate what's next. Not worried about it at all. Just take that step.
Yep.
It may be the one needed. It's always the one needed. That's the thing. It opens the next one.
Yeah.
Good morning, Cinderella. Welcome to Calm Anticipation.
Mm. Good morning, beautiful souls.
Morning, Cinderella.
Good morning. Good morning, Queen C.
Good morning. Oh, Mona's here. I haven't crossed paths with Mona in quite a while. So you're talking about calm anticipation?
Yes,
Hmm.
is the gift of anticipation. Anticipating the gift,
Mm,
the unfolding, the coming, rather. Or stressing, being anxious and frustrated, which is the other way that it could be. But just the word anticipation, as we know it, it doesn't create that. So if it's not anticipating, then it's a forcing, it's a pushing, it's a grasping, a reaching.
mm,
And the start codon has no push in it. It's just a signal.
We said earlier, a spark.
It signaled, it just says this is where the code begins.
You could call it an idea, aha, wow,
Yep, exactly.
an aha. Ugh,
mm.
that's all it is. An idea. And then what do you do with that idea? Anticipate with it, yeah, or question it, worry, fret, tear it apart, say why it can't happen.
It doesn't sound calm to me.
Mm. Doesn't
When
sound like it's our automatic either.
mm, uh, those two words make me feel like calm anticipation. It makes me feel like, ooh, I'm going on a date. Like you have an idea of something's gonna happen, but you don't have it all framed in. You have a template, you're going on a date. So the calm anticipation, it's just above excitement. I mean, just below like bubbly excitement. Because you've got to get, you're getting ready. You can't be so bubbly because you're thinking of your preparation, of your readiness to receive something wonderful and nice. Calm anticipation certainly is not thinking of Santa Claus coming and getting all of these gifts and not being able to sleep, but a calm anticipation is having had some experience that lends you to anticipate more of that experience, like a second date, and being able to sleep even more tender, maybe a little bit late, So calm anticipation is like a sense of knowingness and an assurance. An inner assurance. I don't know. Did you guys like get something else? Because the words I was hearing, it felt more like it was being disturbing. To me, calm anticipation is that kind of wonderfully unnerving with anticipation of knowingness of something aligning.
Yeah, like everything coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a
Definitely
convergence.
faith that it's coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Faith in the unknown that it's coming together unknowingly.
And yet it's so familiar as you observe the coming togetherness of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, Cinderella, that it's without tangible proof.
Yeah.
You know, the evidence of things not seen.
Mm-hmm. And not needing it in order for it to be solid and true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the power that's in that, hey?
Mm. Mm. I've experienced bouts of calm anticipation, and it just makes you, well, me, makes me feel alive in the present moments. It makes me smile from my heart. What are you smiling about? Life, just life. It's, you know, it's good. You walking around like you just won $1,000,000. Hey, I feel like $1,000,000. Well, get me alone. Look at me. If my smile can warm your heart, and for you to smile, it warms mine. And then it keeps going back and forth when we giggle. You can't buy that with $1,000,000. And there's nothing to say we cannot have a continuous inflow of more of this.
chasing that spark is not easy. Nor popular. Nor favorable.
Yeah, it's not even considered significant generally.
You know,
Or valid.
because it's usually different than the expected, than the normal, than the then quote the right thing to do. Than the popular, there you go, that's a better word, than the popular thing to do. Because it usually goes against the existing rules,
Yeah.
the
You ever heard
perceived
the term
rules.
best practices?
Oh yeah.
It's certainly not considered a best practice.
Mhm.
I just kind of, that caught me funny when I thought of that.
Right. For sure. It's as if those are permanent in time, right? As if those can't change. I mean, just think of the thinking behind best practices. They were best at one time, right? I mean, it's like, yes, but will it always be?
I appreciate the contrast because it makes me appreciate the evolution and the growth and the choice. But here today I'm hearing words I don't hear usually, but I guess we need to bring them to the surface. I'm hearing it's hard. I'm hearing what it's not. And I asked myself as I'm hearing those words, where am I?
That's the reason.
So,
That's the wobble.
yeah. Are we exploring wobbleism to sharpen our acuity of expansion?
Or are we demonstrating what it's like to be in unknown anticipation and the struggles, even though we think it should be easy?
But like calm anticipation, expectation really has no expectation or an attachment to it.
That's right.
Oh.
But does your passion?
So
Does your passion?
Give me a complete sentence. Does my passion what?
Does your passion have an expectation? Does your
No,
purpose in life have an expectation?
does my purpose in life have an expectation? That's a good question. Does my purpose in life have an expectation? it's like once we put in a defined expectation on something, we've really confined it.
Without a doubt.
And the best that flows through my passion is for my passion just to flow without meeting some expectation,
Mhm.
because then it becomes not what it is.
Yep. Isn't that the dance? I
But
don't
here,
live there. I'm
yeah,
practicing it.
yeah, I don't live there. You don't live where?
I live in that dance. I don't live in that, oh, just letting the passion flow no matter what resistance is there. It's like I still have ways that I want to see it, like I want looking for it, knowing that, yes, I just need to be calm and in anticipation of it. Flow, right? You can call it flow. Like just letting life flow.
Yeah, I create so much more in flow.
Mhm.
And it's more when I look over my shoulder and see what I have created. And it's not because I was trying to fit a square in a round peg, or a round peg into a square.
Nor are you complete.
Are we ever complete when we're
No,
constant evolution?
no.
I'm okay.
That's the dance.
Yeah, I'm okay not being complete.
Mhm.
That's the calm expectation.
Which in the words we use, there's more coming for you.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
Mhm. And then we start to put like just in that mechanism, we start to put things around it, which is what becomes expectations. Now, lightly, I say expectations because we're looking for it in ways. We're taking actions for it in ways. We take action for it to show up in ways.
Mm-hmm. So I like, right now I'm resonating with the word expression. It's an expression more than a defined expectation.
So you've been able to move from expectation to expression.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
And I think that's the dance.
Mm. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yes. Living in expression. And when that which is expressed reflects my flow, I go, yeah, I like that. For me, it doesn't have to match with anyone else, or it could complement me or someone else. or not. And if it doesn't, I have no attachment to it. I just allow for further expression of self. It's like when yesterday I've been looking for a slip cover for a couch for a long time. And I finally found one that I felt like would really work well. And then when I applied it to the couch, and then it was like when God created, and he said, and it's good. It's good.
Mm.
It's very good.
Yeah. like it expresses a fulfillment of an undefined expectation. Now, it could have not reflected what my feeling or desire was. Then I would have just, shipped it up and sent it back. But I was like, that's good. I like that. It's an expression of me, my environment.
Mm.
And I must say, for a backdrop, that this place I'm in, my mother lived here for many years. And when she, what we call fell asleep, when she fell asleep from this earth, she, everything here was an expression of her. She called it her little palace. And it was just
Mm.
quaint. It reflected her. But in me being here, it's like there's so much expression of her. And I really didn't want to disturb it, or it just wasn't time to do anything. And everyone came in, I keep telling them, what, if you want this, whatever you want here, come get it, make use of it, have it, whatever works for you. And yet there's this sentiment that folks don't want me to get rid of stuff, but they don't want to come and get it either. But this is now my space. And so I didn't have a need for it before, but now it's time to, and you guys know I was like getting rid of stuff. And it's now a reflection. Well, it's becoming an expression and a reflection of me. And no offense to her desires, her expressions, nor would she, pick it up as such. But there's no knownness here, no negative, no, the exchange is occurring. So I have, and like just the couch is done. I have no other expectations. I'm thinking maybe I'll change some pillows up too, but not yet. When it aligns.
What I heard with this bit of today is a description of what happens in the process of us manifesting
Mhm,
something.
mhm, mhm.
And it's just those different layers that we encounter.
Mhm.
and different ways in which we can come at it from. But we'll come at it, but we'll meet shadow and light. We'll meet, meet dark and light. One thing that I'm beginning, and I really mean beginning to be able to do, is to welcome the stepping stones. It takes a lot of effort and focus. But I'm really glad that I can now think to myself, what's on the other side of that? I have this visual image always of this thing that was, that has the rub as the expression that gets used sometimes. I have this visual image now of picking it up with both hands and placing it on the floor and being able to stand on it. And then I can look over the wall, the garden wall.
Mhm. I got curious to say, is it on the other side?
At that point in time, it is, yes.
It's
Because
becoming,
sorry, Sandra.
I was just saying, it's becoming an outward expression of you.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Okay. Mhm.
So it's part of what facilitates the outward expression
Mhm.
or the manifestation, right?
Yeah.
I've really come to also appreciate that in all those different layers, we all have a different dance. Our steps are different, but the essence is the same. Thank you again so much, guys. Have a very good day. This was a good start for me. Sorry I couldn't be available all the time.
Thank you, guys. I'm complete as well. You guys have a great day. Thank you for being here. Until next time.
Till next time.
I
Hey,
take care all.
big love, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.